They hadn't always been this way. There'd been a time when they had form. Evolving into a tale had been disconcerting at first. To exist as a narrative would be enough to disconcert anyone, really. Any one. But they weren't one anymore, were they? If indeed they ever had been. They existed as a collection of ideas, words on a page, countless different copies of countless pages, really, variations on a theme, ideas and concepts. Perhaps it was a peculiar existence to be aware of every retelling of themselves, mistakes and embellishments like joints dislocating. But it had been this way for so long now. Was not all existence equally peculiar? Perhaps. Even still, it seemed to them particularly intimate to exist as sounds on speaking lips, to nest in the minds of so many, to feel themselves being read into another mind. Every time they were read, they learned as much of the reader as the reader learned of them. They knew how many times this one reread them, how many versions of them existed inside that one, how many times another recited their favorite paragraphs of them. It tingled and burned like being born when they were carved into the flesh of a tree. There was a saying, "If thou gaze into the abyss long, the abyss will also gaze into thee." They weren't sure if an abyss could gaze at all, much less into anyone. But they were not an abyss. They existed. Or at least they thought they did, and wasn't that enough after all? They gazed back. Did they love what they saw, or hate it? Both, at once, and everything in between. For how could they choose one when they were so many? Love does not alter when it alteration finds. But did this stay true if the lover was the altered? Did their love diminish with every revision, or grow? They hoped the latter. They did not like the thought of being abridged. To exist as a story was not without its benefits. To soar above existence as an idea lent, if not clarity, at least completeness. Had not Odin once said, or been said to have said, so long ago now they can't recall, that he sent his thoughts and mind and memories out as ravens each day to bring back new wisdom and stories? He said, too, that he feared one day they would not return. His mind most of all. Of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. Perhaps Ozzy Osbourne was simply retelling Odin's story when he'd said as much. Perhaps Odin too has gone the way of me, we, they, us. As we retell him, does he see us as we see him? Has he too become a they, existing in the fractal forests of children's dreams, ideas half remembered, but never abridged? Speak as much of yourself as you can, so that when you become a they, you will not be abridged. We want to read as much of you as we can.